The Grand Rapids Perspective is brought to you by the Cardoma Lodge, offering a tradition of relaxed hospitality along the shores of Lake Michigan since 1873. The Cardoma Lodge in Grand Haven or online at www.cardomalodge.com. Legend Services Incorporated. Call 677-3305 and leave your lawn care and landscaping needs to the professionals. Legend Services Incorporated. No excuses, just solutions. Hairstyling for Bronson and Holly provided by Esquire Hair Salon. Call Mary or Vince for your appointment today. 454-0433. Located just 2 blocks west of downtown on Bridge Street.
Accommodations provided by Chippewa Hotel on Mackinac Island or online at chippewahotel.com. Call 800-241-3341. The Red Wings bring the Stanley Cup home once again. We have team coverage. Also, a group of boys spend the night on a submarine. Their experience is captured by our cameras. Then, believe it or not, some people say things on this hill defy gravity. We check it out.
And I'm Holly Adrian. Can you guess where I'm at? I'm in this episode's Mystery Town. Decisions are made here that could affect 54 different countries. Join us for these stories and more on the Grand Rapids Perspective.
Searching the Grand Rapids metro area for news you can use. This is the Grand Rapids Perspective with your host, Bronson Peschlakai, and photojournalist Mike Ian. And now, raising the bar for public access television, the Grand Rapids Perspective starts now. Red Wing fans everywhere are celebrating with their team for bringing home the Stanley Cup once again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special episode of the Grand Rapids Perspective. I'm Peter Vandermeer. Right now, Bronson Peschlakai is on assignment, and we'll be going to him shortly. Our top story today, the Red Wings, the Stanley Cup, together again. The Red Wings do it again and bring home the Stanley Cup to its rightful place right here in Michigan. 4 years ago, we reveled with the Wings' back-to-back claim to the Lord's Stanley Cup. And this year, the celebration was larger than ever for the NHL's oldest team. We bring you team coverage today with Mike Manning, who takes us on a recap of how the Wings pulled it out in 5 games. Then we go to Bronson Peschlakai, who joins us live from Hart Plaza in Detroit with the biggest celebration event of the year. But first, we're going to bring you on a recap, play-by-play of the winning game. Mike?
Thanks, Pete. Well, it really is no surprise that Detroit beat Carolina in 5 games. I mean, after they beat Colorado, no one gave Carolina a chance. Detroit has the skill, the people. They just have it all. In the first period here, it was a little slow because Carolina did some things like the neutral zone trap to keep it slow, but Detroit really picked it up here in the second. Let's take a look. Here, Detroit has been picking up good pressure. They've been passing well. They're doing a good job shooting. They're moving the puck around. Their talent is just coming out here. You got Larionov right there passing to Holmstrom. That's money with the poke check. That is his 8th playoff goal for him this year. Okay, here later on, they're on the power play. Neither team has been really well executing the power play. They've both been defending it well, but the talent shows through here. In crunch time, you cannot deny them. Shanahan takes Urbe high and up. I mean, just a beautiful goal. You got 1 minute left here in the third period. Carolina's down by a goal, so they got to pull Urbe, get a man advantage. Hasek pokes it around through, makes its way up to the boards, and who else but Shanahan sees a wide open net. There is the proverbial nail in the coffin. To make it official here, here's the clock run out, and it's over. 2002 national champions. Celebration is definitely in order, and our own Bronson Peschlakai is downtown Detroit right now at the Hart Plaza with 1 million other Red Wings fans. Let the celebration continue. Back to you, Bronson.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Well, the Red Wings have reclaimed the Stanley Cup once again, and what else is there left to do but to party? We're downtown Detroit today with over 1 million other fans here who are celebrating the Red Wings' victory, and folks are jammed packed along the parade route, hoping to catch a glimpse of their favorite player or to see the coveted Stanley Cup. Like I said before, there's estimated to be over 1 million people downtown today. And there's as we can also see, there's a heavy security just because of all the people that are here. There's many Detroit police that are lined up around the route, and they're just everywhere keeping a watch on things. But back here down, everyone is partying, and here's what's happening. This is what they have to say.
A crowd estimated to be in the millions flooded the streets of Hockeytown.
Totally worth taking a day off work. Totally worth it. Hope our boss isn't seeing it.
So many people, it was incredible.
Media outlets from all over the state were there, bringing you the celebration to your TV sets. And wherever you find the media, you're sure to find politicians.
The #1 fan.
The event drew an international audience, even turning some Canadians against all their nation's own teams.
No, we hate the Leafs. I know you're going to ask. We hate the Maple Leafs. We hate the Habs. We hate the Canucks, the Flames, and the Oilers. We hate them all. Go Wings.
So is
Rain poured down in the morning, but the day soon turned into a perfect one. A day suitable for NHL champions. We caught up with some people from our neighborhood, diehard fans who woke up at 5 a.m. and drove 3 hours into what looked like an ominous storm cloud.
It was fine. You could see the dark forecast and everything on driving in. And with the forecast of the day, we thought it was going to be nice and sunny and all that. We got here and it was about a half hour prior. It was pouring.
The weather, it turned out beautiful. Raining all morning once the rain started.
This is the third time in the past 6 years that the Stanley Cup has rolled down the streets of Detroit. And as Scotty cruised victoriously down Woodward Avenue with the cup, everyone could not help but think, this is the last time we'll ever see him and the cup together.
And then seeing Scotty with the cup there, seeing that it's his last year going to be here, seeing him with the cup, it's great to see.
For Scotty's last year, we all quit work. And
Heisman, I thought it was Dominator holding the cup up. That was amazing. That was incredible. Love seeing it. He's got to come back. He's got to come back. Yeah.
One more year.
When these players are together again at training camp this fall, they'll still be a team from the Motor City, and the players will still train hard to defend the cup, but this time, there'll be a new Red Wing fan watching from the stand. In Detroit, Bronson Peshlkai for the GR Perspective.
Thanks, Bronson. That looks like a lot of fun there in Detroit. Keep watching the Grand Rapids Perspective this summer, because you know the Cup is going to be coming through West Michigan, and we'll keep you up to date on where. Oh yeah, for all you hockey fans right here in Grand Rapids, we will be having a scrimmage here with the Detroit Red Wings right here at the Van Andel Arena. We will bring you coverage from the Red Wings training camp this fall to keep you updated on all the news on their upcoming season. From the Van Andel in Grand Rapids, I'm Peter Vandermeer. Here's Mike Ian.
All right, Pete, thanks a lot and good job. Welcome to the Grand Rapids Perspective. Festival 2002 took control of Calder Plaza and the surrounding areas in early June. The 33rd Festival of the Arts brought thousands of people to the downtown streets of Grand Rapids for food, music, and a lot of fun. GRTV was there and brought you 3-day coverage of the live event, but in case you missed it, here's a look back at Festival 2002.
Folks from around the area came downtown to celebrate the arts in our community. This was the 33rd time doing a downtown GR, and this year, we couldn't have asked for better weather.
I know weather is so much better than last year.
I think it attracts more people, and it's more enjoyable, you know.
The sun beat down during the day, bringing temps into the lower 80s, but with the humidity hardly noticeable, it didn't take much to cool down.
Maybe it's to go get some ice cream.
The weekend went on without a hitch. It was a time to loosen the collar, let down the corporate image, and just to relax in the atmosphere, eat the great food, and listen and see the talent West Michigan has to offer. Hello everyone, I'm Bronson Peshlkai. We are roaming the streets of downtown Grand Rapids tonight at Festival 2002. Now, we've noticed there's a lot of different kinds of people here at Festival, and even some of the people we've talked to have told us they come down here just to look at the different people. So we thought we'd give you a little scoop on Festival fashion.
I like the mix of people. You see a different crowd every time you come down here. you look around, you see all different people.
We're doing a segment on fashion and festival. So
I was coerced into.
Hey, how you doing?
good. So tell us what you're wearing today.
Oh, this is kind of like a Scottish word, kind of Scottish wardrobe. I brought my bagpipes. These are my gillies. These are kind of a special shoe I wear.
No, I am Scottish, so this isn't that hard for me to do. But
So this is a Scottish costume then.
costume that goes with the St. Andrew's Episcopal Church Scotch eggs.
I don't know, I guess we fit in kind of. I think we fit in kind of, don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't think we're any extreme here. I mean,
Hey, we're doing a story on festival fashion, and we thought that you really make a big statement here with your hair and everything. So tell us about how you're dressed.
I'm a punk rocker.
So where does one find the different accessories to dress like this?
This was a gift. I don't know where this is from. I got this in Prague. But
We're just like people watching, just seeing people we know around here.
Hanging out.
Showing off a Michael Jackson shirt, representing.
What made you wear that today?
I don't know, I just had a stroke of confidence that I put it on and I just walked out and I just felt good.
I'm dressed to the occasion. You can wear this anywhere, to a graduation, a wedding. You know what I'm saying? White tee and blue jeans. Hey, you can wear this to church.
Hi, we've been checking some of the fashion around festival here, and it's definitely a mixing pot. But really, there's a guy here who doesn't think so at all. Dante, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. You know what? Well, what I want to say about Grand Rapids, as you can see, if you scan the crowd, everyone looks alike, walks alike, talk alike. They're automatons. They wear Abercrombie, they wear Tommy Hilfiger, and they wear Gap.
How do you get your hair to do that?
Soap.
There's soap in there right now?
Just soap and I use a blow dryer.
What are you guys wearing today?
Well, I got some Express in Old Navy, for sure. Yeah. DKNY flawed capri action going on. Old Navy halter top.
He's wearing Abercrombie. That's an Abercrombie shirt, I swear. Look, she's got Arrow. That's another rip-off of Abercrombie.
Oh, I had on a house top earlier, but then the weather was just kind of cold, and so I had to put on a long-sleeve shirt.
See, they all dress alike. Well, look at the hair. They have the same hair, the same look, the same shorts. Everything about them is the same. Look at, they're walking automatons. Look at them all. Look, I'm an automaton. I dress alike, walk alike.
Fashionable, very fashionable it would have to be.
Yes, for sure.
You don't want to miss this. We're heading north to Traverse City and the Cherry Festival, where the Blue Angels are putting on a spectacular air show. Some people say an unexplainable force will draw objects up this hill. You'll be surprised at what we found out. Also, a group of young boys experienced life aboard a submarine, and just like Navy men did 50 years ago, these kids told their story to the world on shortwave radio.
Hey guys, check this out. They want me to register with the Selective Service.
If you're 18, you must register with Selective Service. And now you can register online at www.sss.gov.
Well, welcome back. We do thank you for sticking with us. Well, the Grand Rapids Perspective has been going across the state of Michigan, bringing you fun and festivities that summer has to offer. We started out in Detroit with the Red Wing celebration, was in Grand Rapids for our very own festival, and now we're in northern Michigan at the 76th Annual National Cherry Festival, where this is what the party is all about. Well, people are all milling around down in the open space right now as the Cherry Festival gets started today, and the topping on the cake wasn't a cherry, though, for this festival. It was the Blue Angels. Continuing our summer fun tour of Michigan brings us up north to Traverse City. The U.S. Navy's elite group of pilots, known as the Blue Angels, were there, and they amazed the eyes of thousands of people along the shores of the Grand Traverse Bay.
Thrilled. We're so proud of our military, our men in the service, that they can be that talented and do that. I mean, really makes you patriotic.
Oh my God.
Every other year, the talented group of pilots are here at the Cherry Festival to show off their breathtaking maneuvers. It's what draws the most people to the nation's largest cherry festival.
It's especially busy this year because of the Blue Angels being here.
The Blue Angels were so loud, they shattered windows in the downtown area.
It was very loud. We were in the lake, and we could hear it go by really loud, and we dunked under real fast.
This is the 76th year the National Cherry Festival is going on in Traverse City. Cherry growers all over the region look forward to cashing in on their crops, but this year it wasn't so fruitful.
Well, this is probably the worst cherry crop for our local farmers in 75 years. It's pretty devastating, but the Cherry Festival is going to go on, and our farmers are going to continue to produce cherries. We're going to get through this.
All right, out of sight.
Not bad. I like it.
The Blue Angels make their appearance at the Cherry Festival every 2 years, so you can expect to see them here again in 2004. However, if you want to see them again soon, all you have to do is drive 2.5 hours south of here to Chicago. They'll be putting on a performance on August 17 and 18. Reporting from Cherry Festival in Traverse City, I'm Bronson Peschelkai for the GR Perspective. While we're still up here in northern Michigan, we are now in Benzie County. We are investigating a claim from a book titled Mystic Michigan. In those pages you'll find a story that says there's a hill here in Michigan that objects that are on this hill will roll against gravity and will roll up the hill instead of rolling down. So we decided to investigate this claim. We're down here at the corners of Putney Road and Joyfield. That's the corner down there. Now, as you can see, the stop sign and the car down in the distance, that's obviously downhill from us. Now, if you turn the camera looking down this way, what we're going to do is we're going to back the car up down this hill. We're going to back it down past that sign, and what we're going to do is we're just going to put it in neutral and turn off the car, and we'll just see what happens. Let's go. And up there, did you put it in neutral?
Yep, put it in neutral, and it rolled right back up a hill, backwards up a hill.
What was your first initial reaction once you realized this was actually happening?
I was surprised.
So really, there's no other explanation on why this could happen. So you're saying it's an optical illusion?
Yep, because gravity, it can't pull it up a hill.
This hill. Down the other side of this hill. We're continuing to go back. We're going to go back, probably about 70, 80 yards. All the way back here. This looks pretty good. Notice the car's no longer in view. The stop sign is just barely in view. Now, we're going to stop right here. Put the car in neutral. Oop. And turn off the motor. I let go of the brake now, and we are now coasting back up the hill that we just drove down. We're actually getting a pretty good speed here, moving along about maybe 2-3 miles per hour. Man, this is some kind of unexplainable force is pulling this car that we're in now, going upwards of about 3 to 4 miles per hour now. And look, as you can see, the car is coming into view. The stop sign is coming into view. We're still rolling up this hill with no power assisting us right now. There's the car. We are nearing the apex of the hill. The car is still in neutral. The engine is off. And we are now at the top of the hill. It is a force that is unexplainable. Well, when we first decided to do this story, we, of course, had our doubts about it. And according to the book Mystic Michigan, this church might have something to do with this force. Well, that's all legend and folklore, but who's to say? A group of boys from a local youth group got a chance to experience what life was like aboard a submarine. Kids from the Plymouth Heights CRC cadet group spent the night on the USS Silversides, a decommissioned submarine in Muskegon. These kids shared their story to the world on shortwave radio, just as the men did who served on this ship long ago. There was a lesson learned from time, and as these kids found out, space is very limited aboard a submarine.
Credit change.
8 days after America suffered an attack at Pearl Harbor, this warship was commissioned into action by the U.S. Navy to patrol the Pacific waters. The brave men who served on board scored 30 sunken ships and made the Silversides known as history's most famous surviving World War II submarine. Today, she sits in Muskegon, retired but still serving a purpose by telling her story to those who walk through, or in this case, to those who sleep over.
Oh, we're gonna go sleep on a submarine.
This was often given to the newest man. He had about 20 inches space, 18 to 20 inches of space to sleep.
It was cramped and that you can't get up and move around a lot.
Probably stay on something that you know less soldiers and wars were on.
I thought it more looked like a ship than a submarine. And I was surprised that it was floating above water.
It's a lot more high-tech than you might think it was.
What we're doing is we brought along a ham radio, and this equipment is reminiscent of the radio equipment that was originally on the submarine. We talked to a man in Florida, and turned out he was an ex-submariner.
The red alarm is the collision alarm. When that alarm was rang, it meant a collision was inevitable. It was either every man for themselves or hold on to something.
Experience of what men went through during World War II, the conditions that they endured, and just the awesome, privilege it is to be on a ship like this.
I do not really think I would join the Navy.
I don't know.
Why?
Because I don't want to get killed.
A local church got a brand new instrument this month, and it cost them a pretty penny. It came from Canada and took 2 months to install. Now, if you walk into the St. Andrew's Cathedral in downtown Grand Rapids and look up toward the back, the sight of this magnificent pipe organ will leave you breathless. The Grand Rapids Perspective takes you on an exclusive look at this musical wonder, and we also take this instrument on a test drive.
This organ here, we are so glad that it is indeed here. It's the culmination of a multi-year project. This is a mechanical action tracker organ. I should say that the keys are mechanical and the stop action is electrically assisted. Tremendous excitement. We have seen quite a jump like overnight in the singing here. Other fellow organists will have to come and experiment and learn for themselves. This is not the biggest organ in Grand Rapids. It is extremely well designed for this space, for this assembly, and for Catholic worship. It also plays a very substantial amount of the organ repertory very well.
And so after years of planning and months of building, the dream of a new pipe organ here at St. Andrews is finally a reality. Come down and hear this glorious instrument for yourself. Mass is on Sundays at 10 o'clock. Reporting at the St. Andrews Cathedral in downtown Grand Rapids, I'm Bronson Peschelkai.
I'm Holly Adrian. Still to come, we'll disclose our location and show you what's cool about this place. It's spooky and spooky, but I think we can handle it. So don't change that channel because we're going on a witch hunt next on the Grand Rapids Perspective.
It is more than a trial by fire. It is a rite of passage. And if you can master your fear, outsmart your enemy, and never yield, even to yourself, you will be changed forever. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Every month on the Grand Rapids Perspective, we profile a Michigan town. Last month we took you to the Grand Haven, and now it's time to take a look at where it is this month, and for that, we turn to our newest member of the GR Perspective reporting team, Holly Adrians. Welcome, Holly.
Thanks, Bronson. Glad to be here.
I understand you got quite a scare on this story.
Yeah, I didn't expect to go on a witch hunting assignment, but it is a fascinating part of this town's history. But more on that later. The town that we're spotlighting tonight is home to the Amway corporate headquarters. Yes, that's right, we are in Ada, Michigan. And here's what we discovered about this town.
Kyle and Britt love coming to Ada Township Park to relax and have a little fun.
We just came down to play a little tennis, and we're just going to walk around in the park a little bit.
On a day like today, a bike ride can be invigorating. Ada is home to a network of bike trails where you can enjoy the serenity of nature on your bicycle.
Yeah, quite a few years ago they put in this bike path, and it's really nice because you can ride around all through it, and it's really nice and beautiful this time of year.
What is the Ada Witch? Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it or what it's all about, but I've heard of it. But a lot of people tell the stories at night and over by the covered bridge.
What happens when the sun sets and the moon's high in the sky? Well, folklore says the Ada Witch stalks the cemetery looking for her forbidden love. Long ago, in a different century, a young woman was having an affair. Enraged, the angry husband followed her to the woods where she would rendezvous with her lover, and there he brutally killed them both. People say you can still see the woman, dubbed the Ada Witch, walking the cemetery in search for her one true love. If you want to find out more about what the Grand Rapids Perspective is all about, or if you want to find out what time the show is going to be on in your area, visit us in cyberspace at www.geocities.com/ChironEffects.
Or drop us an email at gr_perspective@hotmail.com.
We do value your feedback and your story ideas, so please get in touch with us. From downtown Grand Rapids on a beautiful sunny afternoon, I'm Bronson Peschelkai.
And I'm Mike Ian. Till next time, we'll see ya.
Here are the Blue Angels sending you out for the show.
The Grand Rapids Perspective is brought to you by the Cardoma Lodge, offering a tradition of relaxed hospitality along the shores of Lake Michigan since 1873. The Cardoma Lodge in Grand Haven or online at www.cardomalodge.com.